Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. I'm Dale Arnold alongside Billy Jaffe and Barry Peterson. Bruins with a 2-0 win over the Ottawa Senators tonight. We left the studio last night feeling hung dog. It was like, oh man, what an awful... what are we going to do next?
You guys missed me that much, huh?
Yeah, I was just wishing Grandpa could be with us.
We were drinking heavily out in there.
We leave the rink tonight, though, feeling very good about this performance tonight.
Yeah, much better. Really good effort. Sharp mentally. And then the mental game elevated the physical game for the Bruins. And so they did a lot of nice things. We're going to get into it. Penalty kill was enormous. Korpisalo. How about Joonas Korpisalo getting his first shutout of the season and doing it against the team last year where, Barry, you want to talk about a ton of heat that he took with the Ottawa Senators because they weren't so great? But he gets, I won't call it redemption, but you know what I mean. Yep. He gets a nice win for himself.
I thought the attention to detail was exceptional, right? And you could feel it, Dale. We were looking at each other at the start of the first period. You could kind of say, you could feel it. You could feel that urgency. You could feel the desperation. You could feel, okay, as we talked about as the game wore on, they were in good defensive position all along. We talked about the injuries early on to your top 2D. The defense did a good job, but they would be the first to tell you the forwards did a much better job of not allowing outnumbered opportunities, helping out in their own end. Just a real solid game.
In a game like this, you've got a list of about 5, 6, 7 things that you could point to and say, man, that was great in this game. But at the top of my list of 5, 6, 7 things is the two-man disadvantage they killed off in the third.
You got to give me your other 6.
I'd like to think about it a
minute. The penalty kill was enormous, and in the third period, they do go down 5-on-3. I think they get lucky here, Bear. So the official, Furlat, doesn't see the puck. He blows it dead. And Stützle they got lucky.
I didn't think I heard the whistle from where we are down this.
I heard it
because I thought the glass was there, but that was a little lucky.
Yeah, it was. But hey, all right, you'll take it.
You'll earn it.
Right, Giroux's shot goes off the heel of the stick of Carlo, and then Korpisalo doesn't feel it. He thinks he's got it. Anyways, all right, no goal. Dead in the head. That's the call in the NHL, and it's a good. I mean, it's the right one. Now here you go. The Bruins on the rest of the PK were really good. I thought they did an excellent job of meeting up front. They did a really good job of supporting each other. To your point about the back check at 5-on-5, the forwards worked well with the D here too, and they allowed for them to cover lanes. Where last night, remember how porous lanes were? That Dougie Hamilton goal, the mid lane was wide open.
Yeah, they did a really good job with sticks back there too, and the defensemen kind of winning some battles down low. That 5-on-3 that we're seeing here now was for 32 seconds. And they didn't get it out there, and you're going, oh, no, that could hurt. But you can see this coming back. Zadorov comes back on the ice. The crowd gets excited as they're able to get this down and then kind of get composure and kill the rest of this off. And as Dale's point, this was the key part of the hockey game. How about Marchand getting knocked down? Right. Oh, everyone thought that was a penalty. That was a good defensive play by Ottawa. And then just good job there. Another example of really good stick.
Bruins had more energy, I felt, than Ottawa on the PK. They had the jump, and that's what the PK usually has to bring. But you have to bring it with controlled awareness. You've got to bring it with good sticks. You've got to bring it with good pace, good spacing. And they did just that. And then they got a couple of saves. It was just 5 chances with Graphic had there. And overall, I believe it was just 6 power play shots for Ottawa throughout the whole game on the power play.
When the three of us start our hockey garage band, I want to call it Dead in the Head, okay? That'll be the name of our band from this point on.
You could describe me and Barry.
Well, me too, so nice. Let's talk about one of the things that jumped out to us, as Barry said, right from the drop of the puck, but we talked about it in the first intermission, the Bruins' attention to detail tonight.
Yeah, we were saying that, this is a situation when you kind of got your back against the wall, you're coming back from a tough effort last night, you had 40-plus shots again. Last time you played this team, you had 44 shots again. Okay, guess what? Let's cut the shots down. Let's work on our defensive game, and everything else will look after itself. And if you're going to work hard defensively and be responsible, Billy, it's amazing how hard you work.
Third period, what we're showing you right here, Barry. These are the things that we said going into the third that we wanted to see. Or we also talked about what we didn't want to see. We didn't see much of the bad stuff at all, right? We saw a lot of good stuff. We saw a lot of work in tandem or work in unison. We saw gap closure. This is all good stuff. Reading the play without being too high risk. Not making these cross-ice passes that you hope that you can make happen. Right, here you go. Kind of a good breakout. Marchand chips it up. Really good. What a third period Brad had. The captain led by example in the third period. He wanted to put this one away. I'm guessing the message in the locker room, guys heading out to the third period is, we got 20 more. We've got to play smart. Don't screw around with the puck anywhere. Make sure that it's tape to tape or it's all the way down and get it in. We got 20 minutes, probably have off. I'm assuming they've got off tomorrow, so lay it all on the line, and hopefully you make up for what they didn't do last night.
Yeah, in a situation when you're being that responsible too in the third period, the difficult part is you're trying to be on the right side of the puck, but you don't want to sit back. You've got to be aggressive at times. And I thought for the most part, the Bruins did a really good job of being aggressive when they could be.
After a scoreless first period, it was that guy again, Morgan Geekie, on a spectacular pass from David Pastrnak that put the Bruins in front.
Wow, this guy is feeling it right now. I'd love to sit down and talk with him, even with that ripped shirt that is on might stink. But regardless, he's just feeling it. The puck is finding him. Why? Because he's putting himself in the right spot. Beautiful play by Pavel Zacha to keep this play alive in the first place. If he doesn't kind of reload and cover up in the middle of the ice, doesn't happen. Now it's a real good play by Carlo, too, to use the wall to change the point of attack. Pastrnak with a beautiful look. We'll show you on the breakdown here, Barry. You'll see his head check before he even gets the puck. But now, again, we'll show you Zacha. See, that's a high seal. That's what you're doing right there. That's where he's got to be, and then it starts the cycle.
Yeah, and how about Pasta here? How he protects this puck from Patterson. He doesn't allow him to get it. He just uses his strength, just misses the net. And then Carlo realizes this one little pass there beats two guys. Now he sees him, to your point. He saw Geekie before he grabbed the puck. He came right around and looked right at it, threw that puck to him. Yeah, really good job.
Right there.
Now he realizes, he knows where he is. He gets Carlos. He looked right there.
Yep.
Now he comes back out front and throws it across, and Geekie's going, thank you.
Well, he set up the Morgan Geekie goal that proved to be the game winner, but it was David Pastrnak who scored the empty net goal to seal it, and it started with a block at the blue line.
Yeah, it did. And it was a good job of taking some space away and getting in there. They're protecting the house, but they're not sitting back, Billy. He was aggressive there. He went after him. You could see the defenseman was bobbling a little bit. He went at him. And good offensive players like that can sense when somebody else is in trouble.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It was late. What was it, 14 seconds or so, 12 seconds? I don't remember when he intercepted it. But he felt that Shabbat was on an island, right? Yeah. He had isolated him there, and he had nowhere else to go. If he's either going to sizzle it down the wall to his backhand or go to his forehand like he did there. And you could see the dismay and disgust from Shabbat at the end. There's another $400 down the tube.
David Pastrnak, his last 6 games, 6 goals, 8 assists, +5, 29 shots. Almost 5 shots a game over that span, and 4 power play points as well. By the way, he's got a 6-game assist streak, too.
Yeah, leading the NHL still in shots on goal. Number 2 in total shot attempts. Sometimes we joke about, empty net goals. No, that's the one that you earn, because that's a team goal right there, that 6-on-5. And Pastrnak played a good role in that. He was the top guy there. He forced Shabbat into that area, and then he intercepts it, and he goes hard from there.
The other thing we talked about, the top line was Zacha, Pasta, and Geekie, how good they've been offensively. The other important on that graph you just showed there, that he was the +5. That means that line's being responsible, and you need that from your leaders on a consistent basis.
We don't know if Joonas Korpisalo was scheduled to start tonight's game or not. It became a moot point when we discovered that Jeremy Swayman was unavailable. They had to call up Michael DiPietro from Providence of the AHL to serve as the backup. But Korpisalo got the start against his former team, and he was great.
That was excellent.
Was he ever? And, now we have to decide who's starting next game, Billy, because this is what your backup's supposed to be doing. He doesn't get a lot of the quality starts on time. Sometimes you get the last-minute decision like this. He has been solid right from the get-go. His last 13, 8-2-2 because of the no decision last night. And he has been doing the job all along, and he made some key saves. We showed a bunch when the Bruins were penalty killing. You're always going to need that. You know that you're going to have the likes of Kachuk and so forth standing right in front of you all the time, screening you. Just a really solid job.
Yeah, he knew all these guys on the Ottawa Senators. They knew him, and he made the most of it. That one right there, that save off the heel of the glove, is huge, because then it hits the post and stays out. He had 2 or 3. Well, he had more than 2 or 3, but he had 2 or 3 that stood out to me. The way that he battled was tremendous. I thought he was so composed and deservedly in-house #1 star of the game.
Well, while we were standing here, they took a shot on goal away from Ottawa. So we ended up with 29 saves.
Then you know what? Don't name him the star.
Never mind. All right, it's too late. We already got the graphic built. Star of the game presented by Subaru of New England. Fall in love with a brand new Subaru. Not much doubt about who our star of the game was tonight. Joonas Korpisalo. By the way, 9 starts here at home, a 6-1-2 record, a 1.96 goals against average.
And I think that's why you really have to consider, obviously you can take into consideration Jeremy Swayman's health, but you got to say, well, wait a second. This guy also, he played beautifully tonight. His numbers at home are great. You're playing an out-of-conference team in Colorado on Saturday, an afternoon game. Got to take into consideration, do you have practice time for Sway on Friday? If he, does he need it or not? All I'm saying is, you definitely got to consider to start him on Saturday, Bear.
Looked like you were kind of going, no. Okay.
No coin.
Here's our surprising stat of the night for you. That was Korpisalo's first shutout of the year.
Yep.
It's the Bruins' 5th shutout of the year. Only Ottawa and Winnipeg have more shutouts than the Bruins do this year.
Well, they've also given up a lot of goals.
I did say it was the surprising stat of the night, right?